And we are live. Hello, everyone. Glad to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight, sharing some time with us. I'm going to have a really good show tonight. It's our favorite YouTube time. It's when we get to interact and talk to you guys without getting a lot of flack for it. So we have a bunch of good people in the chat room already.
Absolutely.
Lord have mercy. Catherine Gay, Sister Catherine, how you doing? Fisher Spam, how you doing, brother? Working with 7.
Truth Walkers.
Jonestead, Anna. See a lot of our wolf brothers and sisters in the chat, and
William, Gary, Tammy.
Right? So many great people. Gary Spikes.
Michelle.
How you doing, brother?
Narcside, Sonia, Sean, Holly.
Brother William, there's just
never be able to catch
up with all of them. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Inhumanoids Live. I'm your host, Barton Nunnelly. Right here beside me, as always, my co-host, my beautiful wife, Latisha.
Hi, everybody.
And we had a really great weekend this past weekend. We got great week. Yeah, just a great week altogether. We got to meet with most of the Brotherhood down in the LBL. Had a great time. As always,
we was missing a few, y'all.
Missing a few of our wolf brothers and sisters, but a lot of us were down there, and we were, it's really about the camaraderie and the fellowship more than it is anything else. But we'll get to that here in just a minute, honey. I want you to, before you start the prayer request, I want to say, give a shout out to everyone that came down and stayed with us the weekend.
Thank you guys so much.
For really
spending the week with us. Weekend.
We're really blessed to have such good people in our lives, right? We're just overwhelmed by the amount of good people that the Lord has sent to us. And before we get started, if you need any roofing repairs or new roofing done, there's Larry Fisher. It's this cool hat that he sent us. Just give him a call. He'll take care of you. He does a really great job. And I don't think he has any bad reviews at all. So
thank you.
Roofing needs, give Larry a call. And I want to say something here to our wolf brother, Roger Gay, Catherine's husband. And he just wrote his first book.
Yay.
And I have to say, here it is right there. It's called Alone in the West by Roger Gay. And he's really a brilliant writer. Very brilliant writer, and his sentence structure is impeccable. So I've made it about almost halfway through this book, and I can't wait to finish it up. You guys go get a copy of his book. It's available on Amazon.com. Just like all my books, they're all available on Amazon.com. My books are available in both written and audio book format.
And Roger is going to eventually, I don't know when the date is, but I just found out he's going to try to put his on Kindle. So be looking for that. We'll let you guys know when that comes through. Right.
So please show him some support. He's really a very, very nice guy, truly humble and sincere. And he's our wolf brother, and we love him and Catherine very much. So please go support him if you will. So, okay, honey, I think we're free to read.
Sorry.
Yes, we have some mail there too.
First of all, I want to say thank you to, let me get my glasses on so I can see.
Okay.
People write small these days. Mr. Larry Phelps, thank you so much for the letter that you sent us.
Thank you, Brother Larry.
Read it. There may be things in there that you really don't want us to share with other people, but thank you so much, and thank you for your donation that you sent with that. Thank you for the thank you letter for Miss Tamara Chase. We appreciate it. Your cards are the cutest cards. I know you make those.
Yes,
handmade those. Those are adorable. So thank you for the thank you card.
She makes those by hand. So
and they're just precious cards. I absolutely love her cards. And then we also had another lady write us a really nice heartfelt letter, some really nice words she wrote to us in this letter. I won't share that with y'all, but her last sentence is take care, keep up the good work on YouTube, and keep the faith strong. Love in Christ and friendship, Dawn. So
thank you, Dawn.
She sent that along with a beautiful card. for
What's
us.
this situated here?
So that's that. And now the prayer request, once again, it's long, but just hang in there with me, guys. These people need these prayers. And here we go.
Please remember them as you
Please.
say your prayers
Yes,
tonight.
please. Wendell Mosley, Jatesh, Sherry Griffey, and her cousin Lois, Mark Staten, Sam Barton, Cowboy 4572's wife Cindy, Scott Slave's daughter Megan, Casey Murphy, Trey Hood, Terry Allen and his wife Caroline, Christy Leslie, Greg House, Mindy Masters, Mark D, Miss C.D. Squatcher, David Hughes' mom and dad, Jackie Hall's sister-in-law, Julie, Gary Spike Sr., Kevin Smith, Dustin Jones, Brother Heck, Mickey G and Brandon, Lloyd Davis, his sisters Louise and Jerry, Werewolf, Truth Walker, Brenda Ward, Scott Hanna, Snuffy Dyer, Linda Maycheck, Kevin Roan's brothers fighting cancer, Nadine Bush's son Doug and her family, friend Emily, sending thank God to each new day. Sorry.
As we all should.
Yes. Dana Ortega, Crystal Cook, Jubilee, Katie G, Prospecting USA, Greg House, John, Tristan Myers, Anthony Silsky, Puck Elf, Melanie Blanton, Phyllis Mochette Perry and family, Mark Green's Uncle Larry, Cousin Frank, Holly Mangum and family, Henry White's son, Patty Crafton's 15-month-old grandson Walker and his parents. We haven't heard anything more about them. I hope they're doing okay. Hello, Truthy. Eve Marie Lucina,
Dana, Henry. I'm sorry.
Thomas Markham and his mother, Angie Napier and family, Two Roads LLC's father-in-law, Linda Bogger's husband Russell, Amy Long, Carla White says prayers for her daughter Rebecca, Rhonda Howard says prayers for her daughters Jessica and Kaylee and her nephew Matt, Daryl Mitchell, Duffy Adams prayers for all, David Beasley's wife, Tina and family, Bart's daughter, John Burton, Miss Flynn, Linda Wood, JB and JB's dad on the passing of his friend, Michael Couch and his wife going through financial difficulties with the twins. We haven't heard from them, so I'm hoping they're having a little better time. Jeff Rowe, the farmer family in Clarksville, Tennessee, and his dad, James Boyle. His condition is getting worse, so extra prayers. We're still praying for him. Mark Nix, prayers for his daughter. Barry Robinson and his mom, uncle, and friends of the family. Gene Hudson's brother, Dolores Edwards' granddaughter, Celeste, recovering from spinal surgery. Barry Lackey for healing. Rosie McCoy's mother. Wendy Crooks, Flatwood Booger's wife. Catherine and Roger Gay. Debbie Porch's grandson, Nate. Lisa McKenna's brother, Rick Galbraith, has sepsis, so he needs a lot of prayers. Gina Cook's brother is better. Her uncle Delbert could use some extra prayers and pray for Gina's dad, who is recently diagnosed with kidney disease. Truthy Ruthie and her family, they lost a family member. I don't know the details just yet. I'll be talking to her later, I hope. Jennifer Riley's grandson, Maverick. He was born, I'm not sure when he was born, but he's still a tiny infant. Had a stroke at birth. And now may be having heart issues, and he is having feeding issues. So that's a friend of our sister Sherry Griffey that's on here. So Sherry,
Yes.
If you have any more details, you're welcome to put them up there if they want that. Lisa Odom Ward's best friend Mary is fighting leukemia. Patrick Moore's medical issues. Shell Kioki Dion and her son Bryce. Melissa Panay lost of a friend of hers. At work, her dad died in a wreck. Sorry, I wrote that all wrong. And a friend of hers that's battling stomach cancer. So prayers to both of them. Jeff Boyle's dad, Jay Rice's brother, Travis Bowling's mother, Patty Garrison, Joseph, I'm going to mess this up, Mongioe or Mongio. I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
Mongio.
Mongoe or Mongio.
That's a really
Maggio.
hard one
Yeah.
to pronounce. Right.
Crystal Angel's grandson Dion is still in a coma, as far as we know. Haven't heard from him, or from her. So please keep him in our prayers. Heidi Hess Blauser's dad passed away. Prayers for that family. Hunter Green and his wife is suffering from cancer. William Bay's nephew has brain cancer, and nephew that was injured in a recent fall. Sydney Springfield Croft and family. Shelley Garino, Terry, and Martin Groves, who is still suffering through sickness. So
yes, we need them to get well. We need everyone to get well and better.
those are our prayers. So everybody, please pray for these people. They really need them. Happy birthday, August birthday, shout out. War Criminal, Cowboy 4572, Charlie Budden, Elijah Henderson, Andrew Tate, South Horse 10, Daryl Denton, War Chief Tracker C, and Sheila Groves. And if I missed anybody, please let me know, and I will put you on the August birthday. And for the rest of the year, please let us know so we can do a shout out anytime that it's your birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, everybody. Hope you had a good one, and you have like that hasn't happened yet. That it's going to be a great one.
Right.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the LBL this past weekend. We've been going down there just about every weekend for the last
Long time.
a long time. Yeah. So we had just a wonderful, wonderful time, and we had a South Force 10, Brother South Force 10, and Mrs. South Force 10. They come down. We got to meet them, and they even appeared on our live chat. It was the first time that he had ever done that. So thank you, brother. Jesh Patel flew all the way down from Canada just to meet us and be a part of the Brotherhood. So the Brotherhood of the Wolf has grown by 10 members in the last 2 or 3 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a great time, and we were sitting. Jatesh was buying us supper at some restaurant. He was staying in Evansville, Indiana, and he had his good friend came down with him from Houston, and we were showing him a video that we'd taken the weekend before, so 2 weekends ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't even watched this. I'm so far behind, guys. And you know, if I missed you in your comments or on YouTube or Facebook, please know that I'm not ignoring you. I'm just way behind, and I'm like months behind and thousands of comments. I will get around to you eventually. We've been so busy, haven't had time to do anything on the computer at all. So going to get that video done. But we were showing him that video, and he said, "Hey, there's eye shine right here." And we looked at it, and it was really freaky, and don't know what it was. You know, whatever it was completely silent. We're going to show you a couple of still images that we took from that video. Let you guys check these things out. It was whatever it was within 20 feet of us. Go ahead, honey. Start showing them some of
how
these things.
to enlarge this picture, I think.
Now we did not. There you go. Very good. Now we did not see this thing when we were there, and we were turned right toward it. I was panning the camera around to show everybody where we were at, and right there with that dead deer carcass. So this is what was on the video. We didn't see this.
Show a new picture.
Yeah, show someone. We didn't see this at all with our naked eye. So I don't know what this is. You see the eye shine right there.
Sorry, guys. It's my first time learning how to enlarge a picture.
Right. Yeah, we're slowly but surely becoming YouTubers. So thank you all for your patience.
You can actually see the nose, the nostrils, and the mouth. Almost looks like you can see teeth in there too. I didn't notice that earlier in the eyes.
So this is what was looking out from behind the tree at us, and it's really pretty impressive if you ask me. And there's no trickery going on, no what do you call it, Photoshop.
It was just an accident that we caught.
Totally. So we caught some really great evidence, my associates and I, over the last year, and every single time it's been completely by accident, which is just blows my mind. But we had a good time, and that video will be coming out hopefully by this weekend. it's hard to work all day and in the hot sun and come home and not just fall over from exhaustion. But that's what I've been having to do during the week. So contrary to what some people say, I do have a job. I do not rely on YouTube for my income. This is all just to tell you the truth. This was never our plan to be up here, was it, honey? Never did we discuss ever becoming YouTubers, but here we are. So I will be getting back to the computer starting tomorrow night, and I'll start working on this new video, this new LBL video. It will pick up where the last one left off when I saw that what I thought was a Bigfoot walking across the line cut there. So it's going to pick up there, and it'll end with this weekend here that we just had. So I hope you guys tune in to watch that as soon as I get done with it. I hope to have it up by this weekend.
Do you want me to show any more of these
enlarged? Yeah, you can show some more. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I took and enlarged some of these pictures for you all. Same pictures, just enlarged, and changed the contrast on them a little bit to try to get some more detail pulled out. But really, it just kind of took away some of the detail. Here's a really good one.
Y'all let us know if this is working. It seems to be working for us, but I don't know how it's coming out when you're in. Thank you, Gary, Brother Gary, for gifting 5 Inhumanoids memberships. Thank you so much, brother. Hello, DJ Tyler and Holly and Judy and Scott and Larry and Nymeria. Wow.
There's another one. That's a pretty good one right there. I think that's probably one of the better ones after it was enhanced.
So to all the people who say that there's nothing in the LBL and they can't believe anything, that we're seeing anything or hearing anything, here you go. Debunk this is all I can say. There's no lying going on. We don't lie about anything for love or money. We still have our integrity. We don't spend our time thinking of new ways to insult people or denigrate their reputations. And I've been asked, well, actually, I've been accused of not ever showing proof that my story is real, what happened to me and my family back in 1975. But the people who are saying this, they don't know me and they don't know how long I've been doing this. And I have this right here. I want to show you guys this. Now,
this is
a paper. There we go. This is a copy of a newspaper article.
You gotta hold it down lower so you can see.
That was written in 1975, and my sister, God rest her soul, laminated this. You see, it's a full-page article, right? She laminated this and gave it to me, and I've had it for years and years and years. And let's see if I can get you guys to see the date on this right here. I don't know if you can see the date. Thursday, November 6, 1975. Okay, and the tagline is Spotsville Monster. Can there be anything to this? Now, in this picture, it shows, well, I'm going to have to do this a little bit different. I can't really see. There's a picture of my dad and a couple of us kids talking to a reporter. And at the very bottom, and the man who would come to our aid every time the state police refused to come to our aid, he'd call him. And let's see if I can get this here. This is weird having to do this. This is a partial print he took in frozen ground. You see, it only has 4 toes. Now, we got a lot to do tonight. If you guys want me to read this entire article.
People are asking you to read it, please.
They want me to read the article.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if I can make it through this.
Oh, that's tiny print.
Right. Okay, it said, Spotsville Monster, Can There Be Anything to This? By Mike Roberts, staff writer. Nobody knows exactly what it is. Some theorize it's a bear. Some think it's a creature. And some think it's a prank. The Henderson Sheriff's Department, and so I'm sorry, some of these words are fading. Let's see here. Henderson Sheriff's Department and state police have both received and investigated complaints of some kind of creature doing some strange carrying on in the Spotsville area. The Sheriff's Department has also answered similar complaints in the Hebbardsville Bluff City area. It shows that we were not the only ones undergoing this harassment by these creatures. Okay, Sheriff J.T. Souther. Now, Brother William, you know J.T. Souther, you're his friend right now. He's still alive. He talks about this quite often, as you tell me. Sheriff J.T. Souther speculates that the calls may be multiplied because of spreading rumors. Now, keep in mind that we never called the newspapers, and a couple of days later, we were on the local news TV station, but we never called any of these people. They got their information from the police band radio, and that's why they came out, and that's how they knew about this. Okay, J.T. Souther says, we received several complaints 5 or 6 weeks ago. If someone calls our department with a complaint we considered valid, we'll try it. We checked with the Evansville Police Department to see if an animal from the Mesford Zoo had gotten loose. We also tried to find out if a carnival had passed through the area and perhaps an animal had escaped. Right? That's just to roll that out every time. He said his department spent a whole evening about a month ago staking out a field in Hebbardsville area after complaints had been received. So that shows you that the state police took it seriously at first. After about a month of this, like I say, they refused to respond to my father's calls for help. And luckily we have this man, he's shown here in this picture, to come help us. Okay, Captain Richard Norsworthy of the Kentucky State Police said state troopers also have answered complaints in the area. It's been going on 30 to 40 days, he said. We've had several complaints and have responded to each, but we've yet to see a monster, dragon, or whatever. We haven't even seen tracks. Personally, I don't believe there is a monster out there, but we answer all complaints. I don't believe in monsters, but I guess I could be wrong. Sidney Nunnelly, my father, who lives in a farmhouse at the edge of the woods near the Green River close to Spotsville, takes a special interest. It seems the monster keeps showing up in his yard, which it did. We've had several close calls with the thing, he said to a letter to the Gleaner, but we can't get any help to track it down. He said he quit calling the state police and sheriff's department for help because the agencies don't have time to search for the thing. His letter also said a neighbor had a plaster cast of the creature's paw. So the letter in hand, a reporter walked down to the sheriff's office to discuss the status of monsters in Henderson County. It was Deputy Bill Nelson who had the misfortune of being the only lawman holding down the shop when the reporter came through the door. Tell me about the monster out in Spotsville, he said with a smug grin. Nelson said the complaints had ceased, but took an interest in the letter. He jotted down the Nunnelly's phone number and the phone number of the neighbor who was supposed to have the plaster cast of the paw track. Are we getting the monster complaints again? Another deputy asked as he came through the office. Well, if it's just a rumor, the least we can do is dispel it. The letter said, check it out. The reporter said, check it out. So instructed. I guess this means we'll get about 1,000 calls, the other deputy said. So a fully grown reporter and a fully grown sheriff's deputy sat in a cruiser headed out to US 60 East to check out reports of a strange creature. The scene was reminiscent of a science fiction movie. Nelson keyed his microphone to tell the dispatcher he was en route to investigate the monster reports. The dispatcher seemed amused. Can there be anything to this? The reporter asked. Do you think it's kids or what? Nelson said he didn't really think there was a monster, but admitted there were some butterflies in his stomach on the evening the department staked out the field in response to complaints. Ray Bibbert, who's now deceased, that's why I'm reading his name now for the first time in 50 years. Ray Bibbert came to the front of his home on Resinger Road when the cruiser pulled into his driveway. He is a Henderson fireman and has the plaster cast of the paw. Do you know how much I'm going to be heckled about this at work? He asked. He said that he was as skeptical of the monsters as anyone when he first heard the rumor about 4 months ago. The only reason I got into this thing is because I heard something while I was hunting, he said. I was squirrel hunting in the woods behind the Nunnelly family home in August when I stirred up some kind of large animal. I thought I'd run off a horse or a cow. I went to their house to tell them, and they told me about their problems with the with the animal. I was pretty skeptical, so I told them to call me the next time they heard it. I wanted to see it for myself. He theorized that the animal might be a bear. He showed Nelson the plaster cast and then said, I just don't know. The print is too big to be a bear's front paw and too small to be its hind paw, Vibbert said. Maybe it's an off-breed. He used the tracks. He said the tracks were of only 2 paws, as if the animal walked on its hind feet, and said the measurements showed that the stride to be longer than 38 inches. I don't know what it is, he said, but the Nunnellys have called me about 15 times. I've seen them as white as sheets. I've heard the thing growl. I have the imprint. I've tried tracking and hunting it, and it's smart. I've quizzed all the kids. I have to feel there's something to it. The Nunnellys don't see the monster rumor in the slightest light of humor. Mr. Nunnelly claims he was driven out of a tobacco field last summer by strange, loud growls. I left everything down there with him, he said. I didn't even try to see what it looked like. The only thing I was looking for was the end of the field. 5 of the children claimed they saw the creature on October 20th in the cornfield in front of the house. They describe it as about 7 feet tall, walking on his hind feet, and of a dark green color. Now, that was my niece who said that it was a dark green color. She did not say it was green. They asked what color it was, and she did not know all her colors. She was so young. And they asked if it was dark or light, and she pointed to our station wagon, which was dark green. That's where they got that at. Okay, let's see here. I quizzed them to death, Vibbert said. It was the same day I made the cast. I checked it out and had them stand on the front porch and to where they had seen it. They pointed to exactly where the tracks were. Nunnelly also said that during the summer, he has had 16 chickens and a goat disappear. And that was just the beginning. It may be something else, he said, but I can't account for it. It bothers me to tell people about this because I know they think we're all crazy. His wife also said she saw the animal by an outbuilding one evening, and one of the youngsters claims to have rounded the front of the truck to come head on with her. That was my brother, Dean. It ran when I started screaming, he said. Vibbert said he made an effort to track down the lost goat, which left him puzzled. The tracks just ran out, he said. Either it was carried off without a struggle or it disappeared. Well, that's what he told the papers. We can usually tell when it's around, Nunnelly said. Our 2 dogs will chase cars and bark at people all day. Whenever it comes around, they get under the house and they don't come out. Vibbert also said that 2 of his dogs once refused to go into a wooded area where he was hunting the animal. At about dark, the deputy headed his cruiser back toward Henderson. What do you think? The reporter asked. I don't know, Nelson said. He keyed his microphone to report he was en route back. Do you have anything more on the monster? The dispatcher in Henderson quipped. Yes, Nelson said. About 7 more convincing stories. Now, underneath this picture, it says Ray Vibbert and Sidney Nunnelly talked with Sheriff's Deputy Bill Nelson at the Nunnelly home on Mound Hill Road. Now, that was a typo. And thank goodness they did that, because after this came out, hundreds of monster hunters descended on Spotsville from all over the country looking for this creature or creatures, and not a single one made it to Mound Ridge Road where this actually happened. Now, this here, here we go. Under the picture of the paw print, the plaster mold of a paw track resembles that of a bear. Vibbert said the tracks gave the appearance that the animal walked upright. So, admittedly, that's all the proof I have that my story is true. And to the ones who asked me to do this, now I ask you, where is your proof that your story is true? Okay, I'll be waiting for that.
And so, also, you need to explain to them what happened to the plaster cast.
Right. Okay, so after all this happened, the authorities visited Ray Vibbert at his home and warned him not to be talking to any more newspapers or TV. So a lot more happened than this paper talked about. So they told him not to be giving any more interviews to any media, or he would be talking to his wife and children through prison bars. Now, Ray told me this himself. He also told me what really happened to that goat. There's a lot of things that, people don't tell to newspapers. The goat was ripped to pieces. He said it looked like a war zone. There's blood everywhere and animal parts everywhere when he did find the remains of that goat. But getting back to the authorities, actively trying to suppress this man from telling his story. And Ray Bibbert told him, said, "This is America. He can tell the truth if that's what he chooses to do." And they said, "Yeah, but all we have to do is get a dead carcass of some endangered animal and lay it in your yard, and we come and arrest you." So he stopped talking about it, but he did not stop coming down to our house and helping us. And he also claimed that the authorities brought in a brown bear, a grizzly bear, and let it go in the Spotsville River bottoms. Now, he knew this because he tracked that bear and killed it within 2 days of it arriving in Spotsville and buried it himself. So a lot more went on regarding my story than what's in this newspaper. But this newspaper is proof that the story did happen. I'm not lying about the story. So where's your proof? Okay, so we're going to drop a link, right,
Yep.
honey? So anybody that wants to call in can call in if you have a story you want to share. If you have a comment you want to share or just a complaint, we're taking all comments and complaints tonight. So this is your time. You guys feel free to call or go follow the link to StreamYard.
Yep.
Right.
I just dropped it in chat.
So anyone wants to call and talk, that's fine. And I didn't think that my dad had contacted anyone, but evidently he did write a letter. I haven't read this in probably
You have a phone call
25
coming
years. Oh, we have a phone call already. Okay, let's see who this is.
Speaker.
Hello, brother. Whoops. Hold on one second. How you doing, brother Jesh? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, big brother, big sister.
Hi.
I decided to come and say hi to everybody.
Well, thanks so much. It was so great to meet you. It's such an honor to meet you and hang out with you for like a week. We had a great time, and now we have a new member to our family.
Aunt Kathy, or cousin Kathy.
So welcome to the family, Jesh. We love you, bro.
Thank you. It is an absolute honor. I can't thank you guys enough. I just loved every single person there. Words can't describe it. When I looked at all your faces, I just felt like I was home. Like I'd come home.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, little brother,
it's kind of hard to really convey the essence of that. I can't really place my finger on the pulse of the universe, but everybody was just so kind and so nice, and it took me back in time and to another time and another world, the old world, and I'm just in awe. I really am.
Well, we miss you.
I miss all you guys very much.
Yeah, we miss you too, brother.
Thank you so much.
It's only been you just left out yesterday, and we're already making plans for you to come back. So,
well, let me just say something, little brother. I know that you was absolutely just torn up because you didn't get to say bye to a friend of ours. You don't have to say her name. Just who I'm talking about. Just you can say goodbye to her now and she'll know who you're talking about.
She is in the chat.
I'm so sorry that I did not get a chance to say a goodbye and a proper goodbye to Ruthie. So I'm so sorry about that. I hope you can forgive me. Everything was like a whirlwind.
Right. Did you have a good time down there with us, brother?
A good time. That's an understatement. I think on a scale of 1 to 10 was 100.
Oh, wow.
It was something out of this world. I come from a big city. The city's like, quite far removed from where I was. And the LBL is such a mysterious and dark place. It takes on such a different personality once the sun goes down. You always feel that something's watching you.
Right. I think you have a bad. think you have a bad connection there, brother.
Sorry, brother.
You're starting to break up a little bit there. But that's
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why the connection's bad. The phone's charged. And
It's okay. I mean, you're only like a million miles away, so
right.
you know. It seems like
it's really strange.
I sent a message to your email. I don't know if you got it, but you can check that out later. Yeah, everybody says you're breaking up really.
I replied back to it.
Okay. He's breaking up really bad.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you again, brother. And so now you know where your home is. All you got to do is make it back, right?
Oh, thank you so much. I can tell you, that's how I feel, and I love you both so much, and I really miss you guys so much. Like I can't even explain.
I miss you too.
You know, I when I do come down, thank you so much, and I guess when I do come down again, I get to meet the rest of everyone who I didn't get a chance to meet. I'm
Right.
really eagerly looking forward to that. And,
Well, Bubba
for
says,
those of you,
yeah, go ahead.
for those of you out there, who don't believe, the LVL is a scary place. Let me tell you, it's not a walk through the park. No pun intended.
Right. So Martin says, Jatesh, may the Lord bless and keep you and cause his face to shine upon thee always. Thank you, Jatesh, and I love you, brother.
Well, I love him so much, and everybody else who worked Criminal 7 as well. I mean, I truly walk with giants. At the LBL.
No.
I think we walked with giants.
All right, we were the ones walking with the giants, brother. You and your friend from Houston were probably the nicest two men. Oh, yes, you were probably the nicest two men that anyone in the Brotherhood has ever met. So it was just amazing to have you guys down there, and to think that you went through such trouble to get there. It's just humbling, and it was a great honor to meet you and your friend from Texas.
But thank you so much. I mean, everyone who came down, South Farmstead, Jonestead Farm. I mean, all you guys. I just wanted to give you guys all like a really big hug and kiss, because man, you guys are just so salt of the earth. And,
No, thank you, bro. We appreciate you saying that. And we feel the same way about you. Everyone down there felt the same way about you. Everybody was sad that we all had to leave, and just like every time that we have to leave each other's company, everyone gets sad, and we immediately start planning on the next time that we get to come together. So hopefully that'll be soon.
I hope so too. I really do.
You sound.
I can't wait to see everybody again. Like waiting for your next birthday,
Right.
Right.
Truthy Ruthie sends her love to you.
Well, thank you so much.
Jonestead Farm says it was nice to meet you. You have lots of comments in here. You sound really tired.
Yeah. You haven't got much sleep. That's the reason.
Right.
The big brother, you know that too. I
Right.
haven't slept at all. And I just got back today. And I had to do all these different things and run around. And now I'm going again tomorrow morning to New York. Really super early in the morning. It's going to be another. I think that's going to end.
Only for a little while, and then you're coming back home.
He's doing a whirlwind tour of the United States right now.
And then he's coming back home where he's supposed to be, here.
Right. Well, we also want to tell you, brother, thank you for calling in. We love you, and we can't wait to see you again, man. And we're making.
I apologize if I sound really tired too. So.
That's okay.
Yeah,
We
it's
love
okay,
you,
bro. We're making memories and friendships that last a lifetime, and can't tell you how honored it is and pleased we are to have you and your friend from Texas there in the Brotherhood with us. You can't get into this, the Brotherhood of the Wolf. You can't join a Facebook group and be a wolf brother or wolf sister. You can't join a club and pay dues to do that. You have to be invited by me, and you have to come down there and help us look for that beast, so I can keep my word to Johnny Henderson. So
That's right.
we did that, and now you're among a new family. I know you just lost your mom and dad, and very, very sorry about that. But now you have new family to take care of you, and a new home to come to whenever you're tired of Toronto.
Thank you. The greatest honor really is. I have no words to express what you've just conveyed. So thank you very much.
Well, you're so welcome, brother, and
I love you both very much.
We love you
we
too.
love you too, brother. And you try to have a good night, okay, and be safe up there.
Be safe going to New York tomorrow.
Yeah, be safe in New York.
All right.
Okay, love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Love you too. Good
Okay.
night.
Good
All
night,
right,
everyone.
talk to you soon.
All right,
All right, bye-bye.
bye.
You're welcome, brother. Bye-bye. So that was Jesh Patel, and I'm really not overstating it when I say that him and his buddy from Texas were probably the two nicest people that we've ever met, and I'm not the only one that feels that way. Hello there, Brother William. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good tonight. Gee, well, we have another caller here.
Right.
Okay, let's see. Hello there.
Hey, when you get them hogs off the porch there.
Oh, okay. This
What
is
happened to?
South Force 10.
What's going on, brother?
Hello, brother. We just got off the phone with Jesh.
Oh
And
man, he's a beautiful human being, ain't he?
He's-
He's something else. Him and one bow.
Yes,
right,
they are.
they're great people, and so very nice and humble, just like you, brother. And it was such a pleasure and honor to meet you. And I want to
And
thank
his
you
wife.
and his wife and your wife, his beautiful wife. And I want to thank you guys for coming on to the live stream. It was your first appearance on the other side of the camera, and I'm so
Right,
honored
sure
that you
was.
chose to do that on our channel. It's such an honor.
Yes, sir. Yes. Well, I'll tell you what. Went down there, and you and Latisha were so good to me, and such nice people, and everybody else I met was so good, nice. What about being in the woods with Brother Martin Groves? Is that not something
Right.
else to be in the woods with that man and watch him and watch how alert he is in the LBL? I mean, there's nothing gets past him anymore, you know?
Right. He's very alert and can see what's going on, and what most people overlook. Bubba, he sees it, and he really
sure
proved
does.
that. He proved that this last weekend.
Yes.
So how did you enjoy your time in the LBL, and what do you think about the LBL, brother?
Man, I tell you what, I love it. I love it. I truly believe if you have your antennas tuned in and you know what to look for and listen for, you can find it. But the bad thing is, it finds you too.
Mhm.
The LBL is completely different than these Smoky Mountains up here, but yet there is something just so similar about them. It's the unknown. You don't know what's past that tree line in the dark watching you. And I kind of found that out this weekend.
Yes,
Right.
he did.
But, even with the picture, what you all caught on film, I mean, that looks horrifying. It looks like a crawler or an alien. I mean, I don't know. It's just something that looks terrible. I don't think Hollywood could make a creature look that scary, and that was just feet from you all.
Right, it was within 20 feet of us, and we did not see it.
It was actually in between us, wasn't
It was
it?
between us and the girls back at the campfire, and it got there completely silently, and it moved silently, and very, very unnerving to see that. Don't know, like I said, don't know what it is, but Jetesh's good friend from Texas, he's taking this video segment. He's really going to give it a treatment. He's a Hollywood stuntman, and also he's really, really handy with video tech. So he's giving it a treatment. He's going to send it to us, and we're going to put that in the video. So hopefully, it'll be even more clear what that thing is. It was looking at us, and
That's
it's,
great. Man. can't wait. I want to see the whole video. I want to see what else is out there. I took a couple hundred pictures while I was down there, and I haven't looked through but probably 50 of them. But, I caught some people in my comments were saying that it was called rods or skyfish. I'm not really sure what I caught, but I know it wasn't in front of me when I was snapping the picture. It seems to be just one, and in one photo, it looks like it's either going into the ground or coming up out of the road. Then it's flying around me, but I never did see it, not one time. I mean, that's very odd. I put those pictures up on my channel in the community section if anybody wants to go look at them. But
sure, everybody, when the live stream is over, please, if you don't if you're not subscribed to South Force 10, please go show him some love. He's now a wolf brother, and we've been talking for months, and he's felt like my brother for the longest time. We have so much in common, and just love him and his wife so much. So please go give him some support and show him some love, and check his pictures out at the LBL. The rods are,
it was an honor to be a wolf brother. I know that's something that you just can't wake up one day and sign up for. It's not something that you can just pull out of the closet and wear. It's something that's awarded to you and by you and Latisha, and I'm honored. I'm honored to be awarded that, and I wear it with pride, brother.
Well, the honor's all ours, brother. It really is.
Absolutely.
There's
a
special thing when
all those great people that you all had down there. I mean, it was a small YouTuber convention. I was so excited to meet some people, and to get to meet people like War Criminal 7. Such a tremendous nice guy, great guy. Jonestead Farm, good people. I mean, just wonderful people. Got to meet Elijah and Abby.
Gabby.
They was just wonderful. I've been watching their stuff for a long time. Tales from the Narcside. All these people gathered down there, and I'm sure I'm missing a few because my old brain don't work like it used to. But
well, that's what happens when you get our age, brother. But we rode into LBL 24 deep, and there were like 11 cars.
Yeah,
right?
No, 9.
9 cars everywhere we went, which was that's kind of suspicious. But we did not see a single park ranger the whole weekend.
Well, wait a minute. Now, one of us did.
What you did?
No, one of us did. One of the crew did see a park ranger going down. I won't say her name on here, but yes, she did see a park ranger.
Okay.
One person.
Didn't bother us.
One family.
Didn't bother you though, right?
Didn't bother them.
But there's strength in numbers when you go down there like that. It's still scary and stuff. But with so many people being there, you feel safe. You feel secure. It's when you walk out from the fire and you go out there in the woods and you start listening and, then there's just one or two of you. That's a whole different feeling when you start doing something like that.
Right. That's exactly what happened 2 weeks ago when we were sitting there with Catherine and Roger Gay around the campfire. And we didn't have any plans at all of going into those woods that night. And we heard something that sounded like a cat screaming. So me and Matt jumped up, and we automatically we're in those woods, like lightning. And I found that deer kill and got that, whatever it is, don't know what it is, got it on video. We were standing within 20 feet of it and didn't know it. So we paid for that pretty dearly because neither one of us had sprayed for ticks and chiggers. And I'm telling you what, between both of us, we must have had a couple hundred chigger bites. And it was, there's a price to pay for being in those woods. And those at this time of year, right? So the next time we're going to make it a little bit cooler weather where we don't have to worry about that so much. And hopefully the leaves will be down and we'll be getting even more. We'll get some evidence intentionally. Everything we've got so far has been accidental. So
let me ask you this, South Force, how did you feel whenever whatever it was that creeped up behind us blew or puffed in your ear?
I'll tell you what, that was something else because I'm sitting there, and I'm listening to Bart talk to the ladies there up front, and I'm just, totally immersed in her story and what they're saying. When all of a sudden, it's like I expected to turn around and see somebody standing there right at my ear when it happened because it was that close. It was just like that. I thought, who is this trying to scare me? And when I turned, there's nobody but my wife looking straight at me with her eyes great big. And she says, "Did you do that?" And she knew I didn't do it. She was done looking at me first. I said, "No, I didn't do it." And then the lady on the other side, I could see the look on her face. And she goes, "I heard that too." And I thought, "Whoa, boy."
That was
I
Sister
turned around, I
Gina.
didn't see nothing, but I sure did feel something. I mean, the hair stood up on the back of my neck. The hair stood up on my arms. You know, you get that electricity running through you, and it almost felt like a warning to me, kind of like, "Don't come back here." But I am coming back. I'll be back. You know,
Right.
but it was scary. It scared my wife because she's kind of skeptical, even though she has experienced some things with me. You know, she tries to go back to the skeptic side if she can, without trying to explain what's happened. But that night, there's no explaining that, or the night before, the bluff rush. There is, you know, we was down there 2 nights, and 2 nights we had an experience that you wouldn't believe.
Right.
But I expected that. I felt like before I got there, you know, the closer it got, I felt like something was beckoning me. You know, like, you know, when you get down here, I'm going to introduce myself to you. And, you know, I felt that before I ever left the house. So who knows if I'd stayed a week, what would have happened to me? I have no idea.
We need to get down there and stay longer than 2 days. It just seems like 2 days go by like 10 minutes.
It does. And I wish I would have listened to your advice. When I left there that Sunday on our way home, we stopped at Adams, Tennessee.
Oh,
and I
my
went
goodness.
through the Bell Witch Cave. I sure did.
Mm-hmm.
And after I got all that, my phone didn't work no more. I had to get a new phone today. My phone was disabled. It had given me trouble since then, and then went through metal detectors today at the courthouse, and that finally done it in. But my phone or her phone would not work when we come out of there, and we could not get the GPS to give us the directions back to the interstate. So we're driving around in circles, and she's cussing me, saying, "I knew we shouldn't have come to this place."
She was right.
Yeah, she was right. But that was a creepy experience in its own right there. Yes.
Right, and
what a weekend.
You were bluff charged the very first night you were down there with us, right?
Yes, we had all been making the calls and everything and getting the calls back. And at one point, we was getting 2 things at one time calling back. So that was a really weird night. And me and her was talking as we were going down that little gravel dirt road. And I said, I forgot to do a tree knock. I said, "Will you stop and let me do a tree knock?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I get out, up over the little ditch there, and that little knocker I had, I'm just going to do one real loud knock on a hardwood. So I done it, and man, as soon as I done it, here comes something off that hill. I mean, it was tearing through the trees, and it was moving on. You could tell it's bipedal, and it was running down that little hill. And I jumped back in there, and I'm wondering why she's not going, I said, "You don't hear that?" So she reaches up there and turns the radio down. She's got her window about halfway down and puts her ear up close. Then all of a sudden, I see her start trying to grab the gear shifter and roll the window up at the same time. So she gasses it, and her hand's not on the steering wheel. So, of course, we're heading for the ditch. And she's screaming, "What is that? What'd you do?"
Right.
So, yeah, it was an experience in itself.
Right. I'm just glad y'all made it home safe.
Yes.
And I hope you said your prayers to leave everything behind.
Right.
Yes,
you have to say a prayer when you enter there and exit there. It's very wise to do that nothing comes home with you.
I need to answer. Go ahead.
I respect it 100%. I respect that land and that property and the blood that's been spilled on there and the tears that's been cried on there.
Oh my goodness.
100% respect for when I go in there. I'm not going to litter, not going to throw stuff out.
Right.
I'm going to be respectful and like you say, I'm going to pray when I get there, and I'm going to pray when I leave.
Right.
Right. That's the wise thing to do, brother. So, Danita,
Yes, sir.
Danita asked, on average, how often do we actually go down there? It seems like
Every other
it
weekend.
seems like every other weekend here
Sometimes
lately.
every weekend.
Every weekend. So yeah, we only live an hour and a half away from there, Danita. So it's very easy for us to get there, and I think we've been there so many times we can probably drive there blindfolded, right? It's
I can.
yeah, you do most of the driving, but yeah, so you can't go to the land between the lakes one time and say I'm never going back here, never coming back again. It's always, as soon as you leave, it's always, when can I come back? And brother,
Yeah.
we was down there for 2 days and we got to show you guys around a little bit, but you've seen about 1% of that park. And there's things happening in 100% of the park, north and south. So many things to experience there, and I'm just glad you got to experience some things. And
Me too.
we're just looking forward to the time that we can all get back together again. We were only missing a few Wolf brothers and sisters. We're missing Truth Walker.
Mm-hmm.
She won't me say her name, I'm sure. Martin Groves was there, but
Brother
Darrell was not there. And Ron Moorhead, Brother Indy, he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And who else? Cryptidville was there.
Cryptidville was there.
We went from just a few members back in 2007.
And now I can't.
So now it's like almost 30 members, and we can't remember.
Sister Sharon didn't make it with the kids this weekend, but
Sherry.
Sharon.
Sister Sherry was not there. That's what I'm saying.
Sister Sherry was not
Did
there,
you
but
miss her?
Sharon was not there either.
Right, and
with the kids. Sister Sherry did not make it.
Sister April was there with her son Justin.
Yes.
Just wonderful, beautiful people, and we can't thank everybody enough for supporting us like you have, and it's wonderful to have people like you guys as members of our extended family.
Oh, it's an honor. It was an honor to be in there with you all, and to be in there with Martin Groves, and you can watch him when he's in the woods, and you can see in his face, and you can see in his actions that he has some what is it, PSD, whatever it is. He had some shock from his experience.
Yeah.
PTSD.
Yeah.
Yes, you can tell that he has some shock in his experience he had, because he is so tuned in and he's so listening, and everybody else is doing their thing, and he's really paying attention just in case we're not, so he can so he could holler at us if he needed to. And just watching him do his thing was like art, just watching him walk and look and listen and how he done it, that was an honor. Just to be in the woods with all you all the YouTubers, all the people in the chat that come down there. I loved it. We'll have to do it again. I don't get out of Hog Holler enough, so
Right.
we definitely need to do it again.
We're going to come to Hog Holler too and visit you there, you and your wonderful wife, brother. And Martin is like.
Hang on just a second.
Man.
Charlie, good night. God bless you. And we're sending more prayers for you. Everybody say some prayers for Charlie's having some pain.
Good night, brother.
Good night.
Prayers.
Get better
Prayers
soon.
for Charlie.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're fine. We can pray for our brothers and sisters. I mean, that is the easiest thing to ask for, and that was the easiest thing for us to do.
Right.
Is just say prayers for one another and love one another. And I know it's hard sometimes. I know it is hard sometimes, but we're humans, and you know what? We mess up a lot. I know I do, but
We all do.
I do. I want y'all to come visit me here in Hog Holler. I'll get the hogs off the front porch and everything, and I'll even make the old lady wash it down here. And see, I'm calling her old lady because she ain't out here with me right now.
Oh, okay. Let's see what's going on there now.
You see how that works. You know how that works.
Yeah, I see. It's all right. She'll hear it later, and you'll get a smack upside your head.
I know she might listen to the replay on that.
Yeah, we hope she does. We had a great time with her, and just after we were done, we hung out in the hotel room till 4 o'clock in the morning. Right?
Yes, we did, man. It's a good time. It was such a good time. It really was.
Man. It was. We
I'll
can't
say I'll let somebody else get in here. I don't want to hog up all the time. And
Okay,
So
brother.
I've got to run these hogs out of the house. They've done got in here and got up on the table. So,
Doggone them hogs.
yeah.
Well, you go
that's
take care of
fine.
your animals, and we'll talk again real soon, brother. And thank you for calling in and saying hello to everybody. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I love everybody out there. Love you all. Love you,
We
Bart,
love you too.
Latisha.
Love you too.
Yeah, I'll jump back down here in the chats, guys.
All right.
All right. Thank you, brother.
All right.
Tell
See you
your
later.
wife we love her.
South
I'll
Course
do it,
10-2. Tell her hi.
All right. 2.0.
All right. Have a good night, brother.
Good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now he was talking about Bubba, and Bubba's he's like a war criminal. They don't like to sit around no campfires. When they're down in the LBL, they don't want to be around no campfires. They want to be out there in them woods. And they're really, really great people that come and join with us. And we just have the best time when we're down there. Hello, Harley and Ristall. Hello, Werewolf. Love, cat.
Lovey love.
Lovey love. Okay, hello there. Bigfoot reports of data. That's Harley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Holly, hello, Sister Holly. How you doing tonight? And Jimmy B. Now we dropped that link again, honey. Okay, somebody wants to call in and tell us a story. We've got about an hour to go here.
Yeah, I don't know. There it is,
There it
guys.
is. Yeah, if you want to call in and tell a story or give us a complaint or whatever, call us names or whatever.
No name calling.
No?
Not here. No.
Not here? Okay.
Unless it's good names.
All right, good name. No drama. But yeah, it's good to see you in the chat, Bubba.
Hey, Crystal. Jimmy B. Let's just name some names. If somebody calls in, we'll stop. Bigfoot
Sister
reports.
Catherine. I don't know if Crystal.
I just said.
No, you did. Okay.
Yeah. Holly M.
Werewolf. Hello, Werewolf. How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good night.
Y'all send some prayers for Holly.
Yes,
M.
please.
She could use a few prayers.
Anna, how's Kevin doing? How's Kevin and Tiffany doing tonight?
No, it's Megan.
No, that's right. It's after 6.
It's after
okay.
6, yes.
Yeah, how's Kevin and Megan doing? I hope you guys are doing good. We always have a wonderful time spending it with you guys. And
hey, the Fuhrer has returned. Send us your story or just call in and tell us your story. It's not lame as long as it's true. We want to hear it. We just want the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. And if you want to
Stephanie.
Follow that link, call on in.
Gosshawk, hello. Thank you for your prayers, brother. Just so many wonderful people in here.
So Matt Lawhorn says, hey, Barton, good stream tonight. But he's having to use his fiance's phone because his phone, I think he said died.
I'm sorry to hear that,
somewhere along in there.
Now, y'all let that be a lesson to you. Don't be going, if you find yourself in Adams, Tennessee, do not go to the Bell Witch Cave.
Jonestead Farm. Tiffany caught some eyeshine on her walk with Jesh.
Oh, wow.
I would love to see that.
Yes. You have to share that with us. So, everything we're doing is by accident. And
Jesh told us later on when we got back to camp that he said every step, because I took him and his friend from Houston and Tiffany and our brother Jason on a walk down a gravel road, which is where Martin said we had some creatures tracking along the side of us, but we didn't know any of this till we got back to camp. But Jatesh said every step we took closer and closer to the lake that I was actually walking them to. We never made it there. He said he just got more of a feeling of dread, and he just got a little more worried with each step. And he finally said, let's go, what did he say? LBL light this time.
LBL light.
LBL light.
Yeah. Hello there, JD Smooth. How you doing, brother?
Next time he said
Judy,
we might go a little farther.
Sister Angie. Yes, and the whole time, War Criminal 7 and Bubba were standing by the back of the truck listening to something, walking right along beside them in those woods, right? Parallel them in the woods. So
the Fuhrer has returned. I'll post it in the comment section again for you. It's coming up. Give me 1 second.
Bubba says there was a beast on both sides of you. War Criminal myself seen the one that kept in front of you in the woods.
There it is, the fear.
Right. So every time we go down there, it seems like something's happening now, and it's like the door has been open to all the mysteries and the secrets of the LBL. And within the last year, we've been going down there for about 20 years now, and really, it's just been a nice, like a little vacation. No, nothing out of the ordinary and nothing out of the way. But suddenly, in the last year, everything has just been exposed. Right? It's like the LBL has given up all its secrets to us, and not sure what's up with that, but we're glad that it's happening. We can bring it to you guys. And let me ask everyone, if you're a subscriber, please make sure that you're still subscribed. People magically disappear around here, and I promise you, we're not doing it. It's something that the platform does here. So make sure you still subscribe.
Also, while we're at it, I'm going to just throw this out there. There's a lot of people that are trying to join the Facebook page, Brotherhood of the Wolf. Guys, there's some questions at the beginning of that. We got to call in. There's some questions at the beginning of that. If you will please just answer those questions, more than likely you'll be let in. Sometimes we just don't. So I got some call-ins real quick. We're going to get to these real quick, and we'll be right back. So we're going to add Colin A.
Who is this? This is Colin.
Hello, Colin. Jimmy will be right with you.
Colin, hit your microphone. Hit your microphone button there, partner. You're muted.
Yep. Uh-oh, can't hear him.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Colin. I'm sorry, bro. Thank you for trying out. Please try again. Now here we go. It's Jim. Hello there, brother Jimmy.
Hey, brother, what's going on? How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing great. How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed by the best, brother.
There you go. That's good to hear, man. Good to hear from you.
It's good to actually to get to settle down. I didn't think I was going to get to make it tonight, but I'm glad I got in before the show was over with.
Yeah, we are.
I've been meaning to share an experience that I had. It's going to be kind of lengthy. I want to just kind of let everybody know what type of mindset I was in. I lost my first wife. She was 38-year-old, and September the 30th of 2019. And it's life, brother. She was very sick. She was in and out of the hospital once a month for 2 years. I was in a bad place at the time, but as us country boys do, I needed some therapy. I needed some long time, so I hit the mountains. I had my backpack with me. I really didn't have the usual things that I would take. Being a Bigfoot researcher, a lot of folks, when they take excursions, they have a certain list of things that they take with them. Plaster Paris, of course, for doing our prints. Make sure that we have some type of camera, batteries, all that good stuff. You know how it is. Being out in the LBL and stuff like that, you got certain things that you always keep on you. I get up to my in-laws. It's the property that they've owned. On the back side, I was getting reports the year before of something screaming or howling up on the mountaintop. I didn't think much of it. I figured, I asked him, how was the howl? Was it drawn out? And he was trying to record what was going on around him because of the howling and stuff was almost every evening at the same time for 2 weeks. He had sent me a recording. It was extremely loud, so I decided to go up there. And by that time, my wife was put back in the hospital and everything that happened then. But I finally get to go up there. I really wasn't expecting anything. You know what I mean? I wasn't
Right.
in the mindset. I wasn't in the mindset to even think about that. That was the last thing on my mind at the time, but I just needed to get away from everybody and get up there. I had my backpack with me and my walking stick, of course. My walking stick is something that I always take with me.
Right. Me too, brother. And just before you keep going, I want to thank you, brother Charlie, for that. And if you can, honey, if you can tell Colin that
I'm
he's
gonna add. I'm
backstage.
gonna add him to the stage, but I'm gonna tell him just to hang with us, and we'll get to his story next, so he's
Okay.
not waiting.
Okay, hold on just a second, Jimmy.
Hey, Colin, we're talking with Jimmy, so stay on with us, okay? You're on
Yeah,
stage.
no worries. My story's like 2 minutes. It's real short, but it got me into
Okay.
all.
Okay,
Thank you.
hang tight, okay?
Yeah, hang
Got
tight,
it.
man.
Okay,
No
go ahead, Jim. Go ahead, Jimmy.
I'll try to keep this short and sweet. I'll give you guys the rundown version because I
You're
don't want to
fine.
take up a lot of time from everybody.
You're fine.
Well, I get up to the top of the mountain. It's real short distance from where they live at. I take my backpack off and I set it down. Well, over 30 feet away from me, there is an old forestry road from where we had wildfires and stuff up on the mountain the year before, real bad. So they had that cut through there, and I even measured it afterwards, years later, that I went back up there. It's exactly 30 feet from where I was up on the little hillside. So I wasn't paying no attention, down there at the time. I just took my backpack off and I set my walking stick on my backpack, leaned up against it. And I stand up and I look over the hill and I notice that there is this reddish brown, what I thought that we call in the area a cinnamon bear. We have a big population of black bear here in Harnum County. I mean, they need to either open up a hunting season or start sending some of these things out of here because they're overrunning. But
Wow.
I noticed that this cinnamon bear at the time that I thought this is what this was doing something. I figured, it was like rooting around down there. I kicked my walking stick by accident, and when I did, it made a thud on the ground, and the cinnamon bear stood up. When this thing stood up, Barton, I literally peed my pants. It scared me that bad.
Well, don't feel embarrassed because it happens to a lot of people, Jimmy. Yeah.
I did it first, but it relates to the story of how scary the situation was that I was just instantly put in. Because a lot of sightings they happen when family are outings or you're just in the woods, your mind is not on that type of thing. A lot of percentage of the sightings that especially in the state of Kentucky, that I've done data on, they happen when you least expect it. Well, this happened to me that day.
Yeah.
When this thing stood up, dude, I peed myself. And when I had kicked that stick and I was scuffling my feet as I'm staring this thing down, it kind of tilts at the waist and its ear towards me, like it's listening. And I'm still as can be, and I didn't want to make any sudden movements. But I noticed the body structure, just how long the arms were, the color of its skin. It was a grayish, or whitish grayish looking. The hair on the back kind of went off the shoulders down to the small of the back, and the further that it got to the small back, it was thinner. But what really I noticed more than anything is the calf muscles that this thing had. There wasn't much hair from the back of the calf. It looked like to me there was like hair on the sides of the hips. But this thing actually took off running from me down the hillside, and I believe that it might have been 5 seconds altogether. When it took off running and I noticed it got quartered away down the hill, I turned around and took off back towards the in-laws. I didn't want to stick around there. Like I said, it scared the pee out of me.
Yeah. Now,
And
what did his face look like, Jimmy? Could you tell?
it did not turn completely around. All I seen was the ears. The ears were. And I know a lot of folks have seen Buddha statues. How big the ears are on Buddha. Well, I noticed that the earlobes were real big, and basically all I got was the backside. Could this thing have been a Bigfoot or a dogman? I really don't know. I never got to see the face to face with this thing, but it scared me so bad that I didn't. It took me a whole year before I went back up there. And when I went up there, I took a measuring tape so I could get close to the height when it stood up by the tree that was closest there, and it was measured at 8'7".
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's huge. That's the first time I've ever heard of anyone describe oversized earlobes. Let me ask you this real quick, Jimmy. Have you ever lived in a haunted house in your life?
Yes, I have. I'm also a paranormal investigator. I've witnessed a lot of crazy things. I've been touched. I've been smacked, scratched. I've been shoved.
What about UFOs, Jimmy? You ever seen UFOs there in Harlan?
I have seen some crazy sights. Back when, I think it was 2 years before my wife had passed away, my first wife. We were out at the neighboring park, and we had a get-together with all the kids. And this is in the summertime. School was still out. Most of them went home except for some family was still there. We had been looking in the sky because it was so clear that night. And it's just like the stars were so bright, brighter than they'd ever been. I kept noticing that there was a light that was blinking over top of us. And I just thought it was maybe a star. But my wife had kept looking, and she said, it's moving. And this would have been towards the north, facing north. This light moved in different patterns, and I noticed that it was picking up speed, and it would stop and cut a sharp direction and go back to the left. So I pulled up some things on my phone to look to see if there was any air traffic in this area, because we have our local hospital as part of the University of Kentucky, and MedFlight, they are constantly going back and forth over top of the area that we live at here in this little community. And I wanted to, make sure there was no helicopters or airplanes or anything on by, and I checked it out, and there wasn't. I had reported it to our area.
Sounds like I need to get you on to do a whole interview with you on the show, Jimmy, and I'll return the favor now. Would you tell everybody the name of your YouTube channel?
It is Jimmy B Adventures.
Jimmy B Adventures. Okay. So I'm going to be in contact with you here soon, okay? And we're going to get you to come.
That sounds great, brother.
A couple hours to talk and not be in no hurry, because I have a lot of questions to ask you, okay?
Oh, sure. That's great, man. Like I told you before, just whenever, just let me know.
All right.
We sure do that, Jimmy. Thanks so much for coming on tonight. We appreciate you.
All right, brother. I appreciate you guys. God bless everybody tonight, and I'll be praying for everybody.
God bless you too, brother. We'll be praying for you too. You have a great night. We'll be talking again soon.
You too, brother.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye, Jimmy.
All right. Hey, Colin. Sorry to keep you waiting, buddy.
Yeah, sorry, Colin.
I'm excited. This is surreal, man. It's surreal.
Everybody says they're having vertigo with you walking in circles.
Oh, they can see me?
Yeah, they can see
we can see you.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. I thought I was like hidden. Just my voice.
No,
Okay.
That's what I was telling you. I was going to put you on stage with us.
That's all right. That's all right. So yeah, I mean, I never told this story. It's not even anywhere near as cool as other people's stories. I actually just want to know what you guys think about it. So I'll just
All right, here you got.
So I bought 5 acres out in Western Maryland. I'm building a shed out there, right? It's like a little cabin, off-grid type deal. It backs up to a river basically, and there's other houses in this like 60-acre neighborhood, but I'm like really far away from them. And then I watched like the David Paulides stuff, so like the boulders and the water and all that stuff. I found all this stuff up afterwards. But basically, I was building my shed. It was like last winter or the winter before, and I was sleeping in the Saturn, right? And because it was cold out, it was like winter time. And I woke up. I know what a nightmare is. I know what it is to wake up from a nightmare. I wasn't having a nightmare. I didn't go to sleep thinking anything funny. But I woke up with my heart pounding. I heard this like boulder smash right next to me. Like probably just it sounded like it was the size of like a bowling ball or something. But it woke me up out of my seat, heart pounding. And like I put a round in my chamber and took my flashlight and was looking around because it was not a nightmare. Like whatever that sound was happening in real life, and it woke me up. I never saw any broken rocks near me or anything like that. But like ever since then, that's what got me into like the Inhumanoids, the Cryptids. I'm into that stuff now, just because something weird happened that night. I have no idea what it was. But like sometimes when I'm out there now, I always bring my dog out there with me, and now I bring a rifle out there with me because I don't even trust the handgun at this point. Now that I know these things, but like I walk my dog sometimes, and like the forest will go quiet, and I get real nervous. I do bring the pistol out there too, and I'll have that when I walk the dog. But it's just, I just want to know what you guys think about that, because I look on Google or something for what that's worth, but all they talk about is Bigfoot throwing rocks. No one ever talks about smashing rocks near you. And that's all that happened, but it was so crazy and surreal. It's never happened to me before. Like, I don't wake up from I've woken up from nightmares, but I know it's a nightmare. You know what I mean? Like, that sounded like it was in real life waking me up. And like I said, it's lame, but it happened to me, and it was something weird. You know what I mean?
Not lame at all.
Not lame.
Did you find the rock that was being thrown?
I didn't, but I didn't look that hard because I just got back in my car and went back to sleep. But I looked out the window, walked around briefly, but there's like ferns and stuff. I was sleeping in the it's like a 300-foot driveway I laid out with crush and run, and there's ferns and stuff. It's in the woods. Like, it's basically a forest, and I've cut down about half an acre of the forest, and I put a little 16 by 16 shed up. Just curious.
Poncho Zorch wants to know, was it rock on rock or just a thud?
It sounded like rock on rock, like a big rock smashing on another rock. And there are a bunch of like boulders out there. Now, I don't know if they're granite. I keep trying to figure out if these boulders are granite, because I hear about the portals and stuff too, but I don't know. And you guys are probably the best to know about this stuff. So. But it's like I said, I didn't see a Bigfoot or anything like that. But the fact that I've never woken up with my heart pounding like that before, hearing a rock smash. You know what I mean? And I didn't go to sleep thinking anything of nothing. You know? So.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, no Bigfoot, no dog man, nothing like that. But ever since then, I pay attention now. Like, oh, the forest went quiet when I'm walking my dog. I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
I'm a little freaked out now. The wind stopped blowing, and I don't hear anything all of a sudden. You know?
Well, that's one of the surefire signs that these things are around. Is every single animal, right down to the last insect, will be quiet.
Right.
It's like they don't want to draw any attention to them from these things, right? And we've experienced that many times. And I'm just glad that they didn't decide to crush no rocks on your car or
me
or you. Right? Exactly. You have to be careful. Be very careful when you're out there, and like you say, just stay alert. And the thing of it is, I know it's hard to believe, but these things can achieve complete invisibility to the human eye. So you can't see them if they don't want you to see them. I'm not telling you that because it's something I think, but it's because something I know.
The predator thing. I know what you're talking about.
Right. It's happened.
I did not know about that at the time, so I looked around for like anything that would have thrown a rock that was in physical form. I didn't see anything, and I just got back in my car, and I was like, that was very strange. But like I said, that's all my story is. But that's what got me into all this stuff. That's what got me listening to you. I found David Paulides. When I found out that Scott Carpenter, David Paulides, Martin Groves, your story, I don't even know yours. I want to hear your story about growing up. Where can I find that? If you tell it, I don't know if you tell it or not.
You just Google the Spotsville Monster, and it's all over the place, man. I've been around for doing this for 40 years and publicly for 20. So just Google the Spottsville Monster. That's SPOTTSVILLE, and my story will come right up. I've been on TV and all kinds of
I have.
podcasts and interviews and all that stuff.
Was that West Virginia?
No, Kentucky.
Okay. I want to come to the LBL with you guys, man. I want to go out there with you. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Everyone up here, I'm from Delaware. It's lame. Everyone thinks I'm crazy, but I'm trying to move to Western Maryland to that land, you know. But now I'm just like, man, I'm gonna have to put those cameras up everywhere so these Bigfoot know to stay the hell away from me, you know.
Right.
Right.
They'll make them stay away in their physical form, but when they cloak, you can't fight that. But we're one of the few channels that invite our viewers to come experience these things with us. So yeah, stay in touch with us now, Colin. All right.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's so cool to talk to you guys. It's surreal. It's so awesome.
And JD
Yeah.
Smooth says, if the woods go silent, Colin, keep your head on a swivel. There's a predator around.
I see it. Well, see, it's like a 60-acre neighborhood. Everyone's got 5, 8, 12 acres, but I'm kind of back away from everybody. And the neighbors already said they've seen cats, stuff that's supposed to not be up there, but it is up there, all that stuff. I saw a 400-pound black bear on my property. Huge. I don't know if it was 400. It was humongous. And I froze. I froze for like 15 seconds. Thank God it turned and walked away because it just would have eaten me. I was, but
right. Yeah,
but
stay in touch with us, Colin. We'll talk, brother.
Absolutely. I'll keep you updated if anything else crazy happens, for sure.
Yeah, for sure,
Take
man.
care.
All right,
Thank
you too.
you.
Thanks again.
Appreciate you calling in. Oh, somebody asked what his name meant, what his channel name
I
means.
don't even know what it is, but
The Fuhrer.
Miss Me Miss Me. Do you have a story that you like to tell, hon?
Yeah, she scared everybody. She said her grandfather told her that people would make fun of her.
Well, no one's going to make fun of you here, Miss Me. I promise you that. If they
Right
do,
It says,
we'll
I'm
kick
still
'em.
nervous because my grandfather always told me if I ever said anything to anyone, they would think I was crazy and would pick on me. Being a redhead, I've always had people picking. Well,
Yeah, well, join the crowd there, hon. No one's going to make fun of you here. We don't allow that. We don't condone anybody making fun of anyone. So if you want to click that link and come tell us your story, we'll be happy to hear it. Very happy to hear it. Yes, Catherine. Next time now, what a surprise it was to see you down there, and Aunt Shirley. So yeah, we're going to have to get together, and I'm going to do another video reading emails soon. It's been so long since I've done one of those. I just haven't had time to do it, but yours will be in the next batch that I read. And once again, I want to tell everybody, please don't think that I'm ignoring them when you send me in things like that and comments. And I'm really just overwhelmed by the support of people, especially in these last couple months. And lots been going on, and people have been rallying around me for a while now, and I'm just kind of overwhelmed with all the messages and emails and the stories. And I do have to talk to you at least over the phone a couple of times to make sure that you're being sincere before I read your email. So keep that in mind. But Catherine, yours will be one of the next ones that I read. So it was nice seeing you and Shirley. It really was.
Lovey love, I'm sorry I did not get the question asked to him before we hung up with him. I will get an answer to you as soon as possible. If you'll send me your information to my email, lmsmith1970@hotmail.com, I will get that answer to you as soon as I can. So, yes. Okay.
All right. Tyler.
I'm trying to catch up.
Tyler says, Barton has always been good to me. I always try to be good to everyone, Tyler. And I want to thank you for not believing the smear campaign that's going on in other parts of YouTube land. And just showing up in my chat room is very brave. And thank you for being smarter than that, okay? For being smarter than the people that believe the very worst things about me. People that have met me know that I'm not a racist. I'm not a wife beater, and my wife can take that. You better tell her, oh, girl.
Okay,
Better
that's enough.
Straighten up. Yeah, and it's good to see you over here, Tyler. Yeah, it really is. And sorry about the people that don't feel comfortable coming here anymore, because of all that. It's a very sad thing. It's a shame, really. Shouldn't be that way. But thank you for being here, and thank you for that donation, brother. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We have a, well, Anna, just yes or no, do you think she'll care if I share, if Tiffany will care if I show this picture? Okay. Just you can answer me like on a post real quick. Just say, yes, it's okay, or no.
Right. Martin says he did see you with a frying pan once. Well, that's not the narrative being played out there. She's a very good cook, brother. You know this, and she's got a special meal waiting for you next time you visit our house. You're not going to want to leave. I promise you that.
So I told everybody a little while ago that I took Jesh and his friend from Houston and Tiffany, which is Jonestead Farm's daughter, and brother Jason for a walk down a long gravel road. And Tiffany, along with myself, we was just snapping pictures. I had the FLIR out, and it kept snapping pictures as I was recording, which with the FLIR we have, will do that. Even if I don't see it, it'll just automatically snap pictures during the recording. So, excuse me. So, Tiffany got a screen, a picture that Anna just sent me. I'm going to show it. I'm going to try to show it to you. I'm going to enlarge it. Yes, there's a red circle, but you can see.
Right.
It looks like a dark figure and an eye.
I can see two eyes.
It looks hairy. So I'm hoping you guys can kind of see that.
Well, let's see here, baby. Got to take it over this way.
Yeah, I'm trying
really close. Now, this was the same night that we were all down there this past weekend. I know you guys can see that. So there, you can see the two eyes. That's another tree peeker. Seems like there's a lot of those things down there. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that with us,
Right.
Anna and
Thank you
Tiffany.
so much.
Very appreciated. And hello there to Cryptidville, Brother Mark. Good to see you, man.
Absolutely, war criminal. We don't do drama here. Absolutely.
Right. And you, Truthy Ruthie, good to see you too, hon.
So sorry about your family member.
Yes, it's and Danita, I want to tell you something, dear. We're in what you call the end times, right? And the Bible calls it Revelations, which means the revealing. We're in the stage of the history where things that are hidden are going to be revealed to everyone. So you think about that. And if you have something to share, then you don't be scared to share it. This is the time to share and reveal what you know. So thank you for that. Whoever that was, you're going up a little bit too fast with there, honey, but
there's Miss Me.
Okay, yeah. So this is the time to reveal, Danita. You email me or something, and we'll talk. Okay. Hello there, Miss Me.
Hi.
Hey.
Thank you so much for being brave and coming on here.
I'm really nervous. I mean, I was only 8 when this happened.
Right. Okay. I was only 9 when most of the things happened to me. So, what do you want to share with us, Miss Me? I think she's freezing. You're freezing up there, hon. Yeah. There she
Okay,
is.
hold on. Did I come back?
Yes, you're back now.
Okay. Me and my grandpa used to go on hikes 50 years ago when I was 8, up in Luzerne in Michigan. I live in Georgia now, in central Georgia. And he kept telling me that somebody was hunting, that he was worried it was a bear that was hunting because the smells that he was catching and the noises he was hearing. And the noises were crazy. I can still do some of them to this day. The noises they were making when they were hunting. It was like they were hurting the deer or whatever they were going after. And we come around one corner and he bent down and he picked up this big stick. And I said, Grandpa, I'm not going to run. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to be there with you if something happens, if a bear gets us. And he said, no, you're going to climb a tree. You're going to hide. And I said, no, I'm not. And she stepped out and I was floored. I mean, she looked, it was amazing because she was sparkly all over. And she really had a pretty face. even though it was covered in hair,
Mhm.
but I couldn't really say too much, nothing. I mean, and her nose wasn't really flat. It was kind of pointy, like kind of like mine. But she was so big. And
Mhm.
hair, I mean, her hair was like a darkish brownish red. And she just kind of looked down at me and looked at my grandpa, and he put his hand on my chest, pushed me backwards. And I just stood there. I couldn't even move. And he's like, Missy, go, walk on, walk on. And I just looked at her, and she smiled and nodded her head at me, and we both backed up. But I didn't know what to do after that. I kept looking at him going, Grandpa, he's like, just back up, just walk. And he was bent over like he was, excusing himself from in front of royalty. And
Mhm.
he told me all the way back to the trailer, he said, don't say anything to anybody. They'll lock you up. They'll think you're crazy. It's all get out. Just keep it to ourselves. Don't ever say anything. I mean, I'm not scared to go in the woods because I know they're not going to hurt us because they're not interested in us. I know they're animals, but they're amazing. They're the most beautiful creatures I've ever seen in my entire life.
All right.
And
This
the
they are
presence,
not animals, hon.
no, they're not. The presence they put off is breathtaking because they really do glow. I mean,
Mhm.
it's amazing. I didn't feel scared. I was just in shock at how big she was. And she was
How,
beautiful.
how big do you think she was?
Oh, she,
I know it's hard to think back
I'd
that
say
long.
about 7, maybe 7.5 foot tall. I mean,
Mhm.
she was tall. She was really tall.
Right. And she had a
Her
human
arms,
face.
they were barely muscular, but her hands and stuff came almost to her knees.
Yeah.
And she stood there very proud. She was, I mean, extremely proud. But
Wow.
the picture of her was just amazing. It was like the Amazon cartoons you see every now and then, of an Amazon
Mhm.
woman standing there, just very proud. That's how she reminded me of. Exactly what she reminded me of. She was
Right.
beautiful.
Now, what state did this happen in?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Lots of stuff happening in Michigan, honey. Just,
It was
no one is
Luzerne,
making
Michigan.
fun of you. Right?
Pardon?
No one is making fun of you. No one is laughing at you. And this
I
is
feel
the
so
time.
weird because I know only certain people they come to or go around, because some people they just don't feel right around. And I know that because I feel like I say about some people myself. I don't feel comfortable around some people. And I'm sure they're the same way. They only
Me too,
show
you're
themselves to you if you feel right.
right.
So I'm stumbling over my words. Anyways, I wanted to share that with everybody. That, I mean, they're not animals like everybody says, and they're really nice beings. I mean, I saw one here in Georgia when I was singing to my youngest daughter over by Thomaston, and we were back in the woods by a creek, and it was a younger female and a boy, and they both come up and just kind of stood there and watched me. They didn't come out, but they just stood there and watched me. I knew they were there, but I wasn't scared, and I didn't acknowledge them, but I knew they were there. So they were just listening to me sing to my daughter. It was kind of crazy. But they
Well,
do show up. They do show up when you least expect it.
Tammy Johnson says, "Wow, Miss Me was blessed to experience this. I wouldn't doubt if she keeps an eye on her."
right.
But it bothers me, I guess, because my grandpa drilled it into me so hard, not to share, not
Hmm.
tell anybody. They will think you're crazy.
Well, that's the old ways. That's the old ways, Miss Me, and this is now, and everything's changed, and I'm so glad that you had a good experience with these things, and it's people like you and Brother Gary are really starting to open my eyes as to maybe some of these things are good and don't have any ill will toward man, and the
Some
only
in
ones
certain
that
areas.
the only ones, unfortunately for myself, the only ones I've ever experienced were the bad ones, right? They wanted to instill fear and kill our animals and stuff. But the more I talk to people like you, the more I start to believe that they're not all the same. Just like humans, there are different types of these things, and just
I
like
believe
humans,
that.
good
I
humans.
believe if they're bad. Oh, excuse me. I believe if they're bad, it's only because people were mean to them, so they have to put that off on us.
We
Yeah.
also have another lady that told her story on our channel a couple weeks ago, Truthy Ruthie. The dog man that she saw sparkled when it came off of the
Yes.
fence. So
Yes.
that's
So-
I mean,
take your time with
I've
that.
I've always believed they were Nephilim, which is a stretch to go to the least. I mean, but they are some type of being, but they're not a creature. They're a being, just like we are. But they're very special beings.
Right.
And
Well,
they've had
they are
bad
special beings. They're not animals. They're far beyond that.
oh yeah.
And is there anything else you'd like to share, hon? Now that you know that,
JD asked the question.
have you ever had any other paranormal experiences other than that?
Yeah. I used to live in a haunted house, and
Oh my goodness.
the,
Well,
the
I'm not
spirit,
surprised.
the spirit that lived there, she honestly saved my children, which was
Really?
crazy. Yeah, we had those old gas heaters in our house, and that had blown out. It was around Christmas time, and it had blown out. And when we came back from the Christmas party I was at, my oldest, who was 13, and my youngest two, 8 and 8 and 2, were in my bed, whereas normally they sleep in separate rooms. And all I smelled was gas when I walked in the house, and I just started screaming, freaking out. But when I got to my bedroom, the fan was in my doorway, blowing into the house, and my bedroom window was wide open. And I know she did that. I know she put them in the one room to get good air circulation so they would not die. But I thanked her a lot, but we did end up moving away. But I mean, all my life, I've always been able to pick up on stuff like that, to sense things like that.
Yeah.
Tammy Johnson says, "So happy to hear Miss Me's story. I'm glad she had the courage that we all would have missed out. So
Yes.
everybody appreciates your story, and glad that you had the courage to come forward and tell it, and nobody's laughing at you. And thank you so much for coming on."
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Me. And stay in touch, okay?
I will.
We have a group of people here that we do not laugh at people or ridicule them or cause them any kind of trouble at all. And we appreciate you and your bravery. The old folks, they were different. They were brought up differently back in the day. And I know this because I'm one of the old folks. If you was to come out and say something like that, say 1970s or 80s, you risk you had your family, your job.
It was the
But now-
70s when I saw mine. I mean, when I first saw him the first time.
But now you
I'm
see,
58 now.
yeah,
And
I'm 58 too. So now you see that people they're not having any bad repercussions from coming out and telling the truth.
Right.
As long as it's true, then you should stand there and say it and be proud. And we're proud of you for doing that tonight.
it's just gonna take, thank you so much.
Judy Wheeler just said that that's what she witnessed, a unique sparkle. So
Right?
you've got people that seen pretty much what you've seen too. So
Yeah, you're not alone, Miss Me. Okay?
I don't let our dog out.
Okay, yeah, let the dog out.
Thank you
Just
so
know
much.
phone, hon. And thank you so much for coming on and being brave enough to come on here and tell everyone what happened to you.
It'll just take a while to get used to the fact that I shared my story.
Yes, well, you should have a very big sense of relief now, right?
I do
Yeah.
to a point. I feel like I let my grandpa down.
No, well, your grandpa didn't understand how the times would change, and there's no negative side effects from telling your story anymore. Now, back in his day, he could have lost everything, just like
Yeah,
my
very true.
father, right? We could have lost everything. People have lost their lives for coming out and telling the truth like you just shared with us. So
Yeah.
I think your grandpa is really, really proud of you right now. I honestly do.
I hope he is.
I do. I think he is, and that's a burden that was that's been waiting a long time for you to get off of your shoulders. And we love you for sharing it. Okay.
Thank you so much.
If you need to talk, you know who to come to talk. All right.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
God bless
Bye,
you.
y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Wow. That was a very,
cool.
very special thing what you guys just witnessed there. It's a woman who's been holding a secret for 50 years and carrying this terrible weight.
Seems like it lifted from her tonight.
Yes.
So maybe.
For 50 years, she's been carrying that. she just unburdened herself right here in front of everyone. So that was amazing. I don't know what else to say about that.
I don't either. It was kind of emotional, but I felt like she did get some weight lifted off of her shoulders. So I'm glad we was able to let her come on and tell her story. I'm glad she had the courage to come on and tell her story. And thank you so much, guys. This is a safe place. We've always told you that. And just if you want to tell your encounter, come on. Nobody's gonna laugh at you. Nobody's gonna, you're just welcome here.
You are. If you want to share an encounter with us, write it up and send it to inhumanoidencounters@gmail.com, and we'll talk, okay? And we'll get that out there where it needs to be. Thank you, James. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate everybody who's donated tonight. Charlie Hamill, I'm very sorry. I have to call like 40 people. I'm about 40 people behind on my phone conversations, and you're one of them, brother. So I love you, man, and can't wait to talk to you again. Who else? Gary Spikes and Brother James. Thank you all so much for your support.
So are we saying good night?
We're going to say good night. Yeah, we got about 10 minutes to go, honey.
Well, let's just go through and say our thanks, and then we'll just close for the night. How's that? Unless somebody else wants to call in before we close out. Let's answer this. I'm planning to take a car guy says I'm planning to take a trip for the first time to the LBL this fall with my wife. Any suggestions or recommendations?
Yes, be careful. Just be careful. Know that there are things out there that you're not being told, okay? Please know that. Yeah. And Ghetto Yeti, how you doing, brother? He says, seeing people like Missy tell their experience in a safe and supportive place is just one of the amazing and necessary aspects of this channel. Thanks, Barton, Latisha, and all the family. Thank you, Ghetto. We appreciate your comment and your kind words so much.
Right. Seven Systems, yes. Some people do fly into Nashville when they go to the LBL, since it's a large airport hub. A lot of people will fly in. Most of the people that we've met, I think, have drove from wherever they came from. We've had people drive from, 8-10 hours from us to come to LBL.
My sister Catherine.
Yeah.
And brother Roger. Yeah.
And April, her family.
April and Justin. Yeah.
And but some people do fly in, like people like Jesh, who flew from Canada and then to another airport and then to another airport just to get here. So, yeah, Nashville would be a safe place to fly into.
Good night, brother Charlie. Going to talk to you soon, man.
All right.
God bless you. God bless each and every one of you guys that spend a little time with us tonight. Every Wednesday night. Wish we could do this every Wednesday night, but we have to get the witnesses to let them tell their story. So every other Wednesday night we do this. And if you have a story that you want to share live on the air, just check us out every other Wednesday night, open mic night. And we're going to be doing some drops here soon. I've got to start working on the videos again and stop traveling so much. But if we didn't travel like this, and we wouldn't get to experience these crazy, wonderful things that the Lord has let us experience. And I just want to close the night by thanking everyone for being here, and thanking our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for letting us be here and allowing us to be here one more night with everyone. And till we see you again, be blessed, be safe, be healthy, and be nice to one another, okay? There's so much negativity going on right now. Please don't become a part of that. It's not, we're only living here for a short time in this world. Why would you want to spend it in turmoil with other people? It just doesn't make any sense. So
Alan House says, Sherry, my membership disappeared. Do you know how to check on it? I will check on that for you, Alan. See what's going on with that. It may have just expired, and you may have to renew it, or you may get lucky and somebody will
gift it to you.
So
right.
we have a lot of people gift memberships. So I'll definitely check on that. For now, we're gonna say thank you.
Yes, thank you, Sister Angie. Nice to see you and Terry. So many good people and so many good hearts right here tonight. And God bless each and every one of you. And hopefully we'll see you again next Wednesday night.
Well, let's say thank you to Gary Spikes for the 5 Inhumanoid memberships. Thank you to War Chief Trucker,
that's brother
1999 Charlie.
All
I
right.
know. Just showing some love to my best friend and his wife.
Thank you, brother.
DJ Tyler Radio. Thank you for
Tyler.
the $4.99 super sticker. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you for being here, man.
JD Smooth, thank you so much. Barton, Latisha, you're great people and honest. Love you guys. We love you too.
Thanks, JD. We love you too, bro.
James Leto, $9.99. Thank you. Great show. Good night, all. Thank you so much.
Thanks, James.
Everyone.
We appreciate each and every one of you. Please join us again next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central. And we'll have another good live stream, hopefully as good as this one. This was fantastic.
Absolutely.
It just seems like they get better and better as we go along. And it's not us. It's not us doing it. We're just here to give you guys an outlet, right, for the truth. That's why we want the truth. We're not interested in anything but the truth. No drama. If you want raw, real, and true, this is the place to be. So God bless everybody. We'll see you next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central.
We're going to take you out on our opening intro for the outro tonight. They keep getting us for copyright, even though his son is the one that made the music for us. So they're trying to correct that. They've corrected the last two, but until we know it's corrected, we're just going to take you out on the intro. So we'll see everybody next Wednesday night. Love you guys.
Good night, and God bless each and every one of you.